Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. With the ongoing mild conditions over the last several weeks, Swift Current residents are reminded to stay clear of the creek. The creek water is not frozen solid, and fire crews were called out to their first water rescue of the season this week. The holiday season is here, and the Salvation Army's Miracle Room is now open at the Swift Current Mall. Influenza season is in full swing through the end of March, and if you haven't already rolled up your sleeve for your free flu shot, there's still time to do so. Thanks for joining us here today. Ongoing mild temperatures are creating safety concerns on the Swift Current Creek. We have more in today's top story. With the ongoing mild conditions over the last several weeks, Swift Current residents are reminded to stay clear of the creek. The creek water is not frozen solid, and fire crews were called out to their first water rescue of the season this week.
Some people had their dog out for a run off leash, and the dog ran across the creek and got down to a spot where the ice was fairly thin and went through. So we got called and very quickly got the dog out. But we need to remind people to stay away from the ice. That dog is maybe 35 pounds, so if it can go through, a child can too.
And as the mild temperatures remain in the forecast, it will be several weeks before the ice is properly frozen, as the water flow underneath the ice is flowing rapidly and unsafe for everyone, including pets.
It is, yeah. The water is moving fast, but it's also, you got to remember that moving water doesn't freeze very easily. So, it's actually eroding the ice underneath it. So the water is moving underneath there, preventing the ice from getting really thick. So it's, with the warm weather we've had and the water moving, the ice is very thin. It's not safe to be on, so stay off of it.
The short-term forecast for the Swift Current area is calling for temperatures above the freezing mark. The Swift Current Salvation Army has kicked off its annual Christmas Kettle campaign with a fundraising goal of $215,000. The holiday season is here, and the Salvation Army's Miracle Room is now open at the Swift Current Mall. The fundraising goal is $215,000 this year, which will assist the Salvation Army with its annual Christmas hamper program, food bank, and other outreach services for those in need in the coming year. A fundraising goal which Major Don Grad is anticipating they will meet, as Swift Current and area residents have proven to be very generous over the years.
We've not ever seen a town or a city support the Salvation Army on a per capita basis like we see in Swift Current. It's absolutely amazing, and I walk around this time of year just saying thank you, Jesus. It's just amazing, the support, and so it's certainly a very giving, generous community.
And thanks to your generous support last year during the Salvation Army's campaign, the local branch will be adding a few new appliances to the food bank and kitchen area.
We went over probably by 30,000 plus. We've had wish list items like most places for years and years. One was a walk-in freezer, which will of course better enable us to handle frozen meat, etc. That is being installed as we speak. And the other one is a commercial dishwasher, long wanted to serve on real plates. It's just a certain element of dignity there as you serve people with real plates, but you need a commercial dishwasher. So again, that's something we're in the process of purchasing.
And along with donations at the kennels, you can make someone's Christmas brighter through the Angel Tree program at the Miracle Room. It's as simple as picking up a gift tag from the Angel Tree and buying a gift that correlates with the Christmas wish of a boy or girl in the community. Volunteers also play a key role during the Salvation Army's Christmas campaign, from ringing the bells at the kettles, packing food hampers, to serving food during the Christmas Day community dinner. If you can lend a hand, call the Salvation Army. For over 12 years, Southwest TV News has provided the visuals for the defining moments in our community. Support your community and help us to continue our work. Support our sponsors by watching the ads on YouTube and by clicking the ads on our website. Pennies per click, which will help us continue to bring you the award-winning news coverage you've come to expect from Southwest TV News. Flu season is well underway, and additional drop-in vaccination clinics have now been scheduled across the Southwest. We find out more in this report. Influenza season is in full swing through the end of March, and if you haven't already rolled up your sleeve for your free flu shot, there's still time to do so. To date, approximately 1/4 of the population here in Southwest Saskatchewan has been immunized, and additional drop-in clinics are now scheduled through the coming weeks across the region. And if you're planning to put off getting a flu shot this year, health officials strongly advise you to reconsider, as many cases have already been diagnosed across the province.
We are seeing more and more cases, so momentum is certainly building up. The interesting thing is, unlike past seasons, we are actually seeing both influenza A and influenza B at the same time. Usually what we've seen in past years has been influenza A predominantly in November, December, and then influenza B predominating in the January, February, and beyond months. But this season we have both of them presenting at the same time. As we mentioned before, this year the vaccine has 2 components of A and 2 components of B, so it's covering a really good spectrum against the influenza. And certainly immunization is very, very useful to have, because the influenza itself is quite serious as an illness. Many people believe it to be the simple common cold, but it's very different from the simple common cold.
Free influenza vaccines are available for anyone 6 months of age and older, and offered through your physician, pharmacist, or public health office.
I'm really enjoying it here. I always did like Swift Current. This is kiting paradise.
Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at southwesttvnews.com. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.